Today's idiom is, you have an audition today, break a leg. This phrase is a cheerful way to wish someone good luck, especially before a performance, presentation, or any challenging event. Despite its literal meaning, it's an encouraging sentiment. Its origin lies in early 20th century theater. Performers considered it bad luck to explicitly say good luck, so this inverse blessing developed as a superstition. It possibly refers to bowing so deeply your legs break, or making a successful entrance onto the stage. It's a fascinating piece of theatrical history. Let's see how we use break a leg in everyday conversations. First, imagine a comedian about to go on stage. Before her first big stand-up comedy show, her friends told her, go out there and break a leg. Here, break a leg is an enthusiastic wish for her to do well and succeed in her performance. It conveys strong encouragement. Now consider a different scenario outside of entertainment. You have a really important job interview this afternoon. Break a leg. In this context, the phrase extends beyond the stage to any situation requiring a top performance. Whether it's an audition, an exam, or a crucial meeting, you can use break a leg to offer genuine support and a positive send-off. It's a versatile way to express confidence in someone's ability to shine.
While break a leg is a classic, the simplest alternative is good luck. Universally understood and always appropriate for any situation. Break a leg specifically carries a theatrical connotation, implying encouragement for a stellar performance. Another energetic option is knock 'em dead, which means to succeed spectacularly and impress everyone significantly. You might use knock 'em dead before a high-stakes presentation. Choose break a leg for a warm, traditional theatrical wish, or good luck for general well wishes. In summary, you have an audition today. Break a leg is a popular and charming way to wish someone profound good luck, especially for a challenging performance or task. Rooted in an old theatrical superstition, it acts as a powerful encouragement for someone to give their absolute best and succeed. So the next time a friend or colleague is preparing for something important, add some dramatic flair. Tell them to break a leg. They'll appreciate the unique well wishes and the confidence you have in their ability to shine. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, he said he could finish it in an hour, so I called his bluff. This expression means you challenge someone to prove a statement or threat you suspect is untrue or an empty boast. Imagine someone making a big claim and you don't quite believe them. You call their bluff by asking them to demonstrate if they can truly follow through. The idiom originates from the game of poker, where players bluff by acting as if they have better cards than they actually do. Challenging that bluff means forcing them to reveal their hand. Let's look at how call his bluff works in a sentence. First example, the new manager claimed he could double sales in a month, so the CEO called his bluff and gave him the most challenging department. Here, the CEO didn't believe the manager's bold claim and decided to test his ability by giving him a difficult task. The manager now has to prove his competence. Our second example is, my brother said he'd run a marathon, but I called his bluff by signing him up for the local race registration deadline. This shows a lighter context where the speaker doubted their brother's commitment and took action to see if he was serious about his ambitious goal. Both scenarios involve challenging someone to back up their words.
While call someone's bluff specifically implies suspicion of an empty boast, similar phrases can sometimes be used. Put someone to the test is a broader term, meaning to assess someone's abilities or intentions, without necessarily implying deceit. For example, you might put a new employee to the test to see their skills. Challenge someone's claim is more direct and formal, focusing on disputing the validity of a statement. Call someone's bluff, however, uniquely captures the sense of exposing a pretense or a deliberate attempt to mislead. Use it when you suspect someone is exaggerating or making an idle threat. To recap, he said he could finish it in an hour, so I called his bluff. Means challenging someone to prove a statement or threat you believe is insincere or exaggerated, just like in a poker game. It's a great phrase for situations where you want to gauge if someone's words truly match their intentions or capabilities. So next time someone makes a grand but questionable promise, you now know how to call their bluff. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is he gave an offhand answer without thinking. This describes replying spontaneously, without prior thought or careful consideration. The term offhand emerged in the 17th century, suggesting actions done casually, without preparation. It literally means the answer was given without a moment of deep reflection. Let's see some examples. When asked about the merger, the CEO gave an offhand answer saying he hadn't considered it yet. Here, his response was unplanned and immediate. In another case, her offhand comments sometimes come across as rude, even though she doesn't mean to offend. This shows how an offhand remark is made impulsively, without fully thinking through its impact. Both illustrate spontaneous, unpremeditated replies.
Let's explore similar expressions. To speak off the cuff means speaking spontaneously, often without notes, especially in public. Offhand is broader, covering any casual, unprepared response. To answer without thinking is very direct. Offhand uniquely implies a casual, sometimes dismissive tone alongside spontaneity. Choose carefully based on context. To summarize, he gave an offhand answer without thinking, means responding spontaneously, without prior consideration. This idiom, rooted in casual actions, highlights the unprepared nature of the reply. An offhand answer lacks depth, often revealing a lack of reflection. Use it to describe impulsive communication. It's a versatile idiom for unplanned responses. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, we paid through the nose for those concert tickets. This colorful expression means to pay an excessively high price for something, often reluctantly. Imagine handing over so much money that it feels like it's coming out of your nose. The origin possibly dates back to medieval Europe, specifically 9th to 10th century Scandinavian taxation. Some theories suggest it stemmed from a punitive tax levied on the Irish by the Danes, where non-payment could lead to a slit nose, or perhaps symbolically paying through the nose for a high tax. Let's see how this idiom is used in context. For our first example, we paid through the nose for our honeymoon package, but the experience was unforgettable. Here, despite the high cost, the speaker implies the value was ultimately worth it. It suggests a significant expense, perhaps one that stung a little, but delivered on its promise. Now, for our second example, after the pandemic, flights to popular destinations meant paying through the nose for seats. This sentence clearly illustrates a situation where market conditions, like high demand post-pandemic, drove prices sky high, forcing travelers to accept exorbitant costs. Both examples emphasize the idea of an extremely high, almost painful payment.
There are a couple of similar expressions. Cost an arm and a leg is a common alternative, meaning something is extremely expensive, just like paying through the nose. For instance, that new car cost me an arm and a leg. Another related phrase is break the bank, which means to spend all of one's money, or more than one can afford. While paying through the nose emphasizes the high price paid, break the bank focuses more on the financial strain. Use cost an arm and a leg for direct price comparison, and break the bank when the cost is financially crippling. To sum up, to pay through the nose means to pay an exorbitant price for something. It conjures an image of a payment so high it feels painful, possibly echoing ancient punitive taxes. Remember, this idiom is perfect for describing situations where you felt unfairly charged or had to shell out far more money than you wanted. So, the next time you encounter an unreasonably high price, you now have a vivid and historically rich idiom to perfectly capture that feeling. Use it to emphasize a particularly painful cost. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, I'll cross my fingers for your interview tomorrow. This expression is a common way to show support and wish someone good luck, often accompanied by the physical gesture of crossing your index and middle fingers. Its origins trace back to ancient folklore in medieval Europe. Both pagan beliefs and early Christian practices involved forming a cross, either to ward off evil spirits or to invoke divine protection and good fortune. This powerful symbol of hope and protection gradually evolved into the common gesture we use today. Let's look at how this idiom is used in conversation. For our first example, imagine your friend has a crucial presentation coming up. You might say, I heard about your big presentation next week. Don't worry, I'll cross my fingers for you. Here, you're offering encouragement and silently wishing them success. In our second example, the idiom is used in a slightly broader context. The team is playing in the championship game tonight, so we're all crossing our fingers for a win. This shows collective hope and support for a group's success. Notice how the core meaning of wishing for good luck remains constant, whether it's for an individual's personal success or a group's victory.
While I'll cross my fingers is a wonderfully expressive way to wish someone well, there are other phrases you can use. For instance, a straightforward good luck is always appropriate and conveys the same sentiment directly. Another excellent alternative is, I wish you the best. This phrase is versatile and expresses sincere hope for a positive outcome, often implying that you're hoping things turn out favorably. Both good luck and I wish you the best are slightly more formal than crossing fingers and don't necessarily involve a physical gesture, making them suitable for broader contexts. To sum up, I'll cross my fingers for your interview tomorrow means you are wishing someone good luck and success, often with the symbolic gesture of crossed fingers. This idiom carries a rich history, rooted in ancient beliefs about protection and good fortune. Remembering its origin helps appreciate its deeper meaning of hope and support. So, The next time you want to genuinely wish someone well, remember this warm and encouraging expression. It's a simple yet powerful way to show you care and hope for their best outcome. Good luck with your own English journey. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, don't cry over spilt milk. Just try again. This phrase advises us not to dwell on past mistakes or misfortunes that cannot be changed. Its origin is straightforward, coming from the common understanding that once milk is spilt, there's no getting it back. This simple wisdom, likely a proverb from the 17th century Europe, reminds us to accept what has happened and focus our energy on moving forward rather than wasting time on regrets. Let's look at how we can use this practical idiom. For our first example, I know you failed the exam, but don't cry over spilt milk. Just try again next semester. Here, the idiom directly encourages someone to shake off the disappointment of a failed exam and focus on future attempts. It's about resilience and a forward-looking attitude. Our second example broadens the scope. Our business proposal didn't get approved, but there's no point crying over spilt milk. Let's learn from it and prepare a better one. This illustrates how the idiom applies to professional setbacks too. Instead of dwelling on the rejection, the speaker urges the team to learn from the experience and channel their efforts into creating an improved proposal. Both examples emphasize letting go of what cannot be undone and concentrating on constructive actions.
While don't cry over spilt milk is very direct, other phrases convey similar sentiments with subtle differences. What's done is done simply states that an event is irreversible, often used when there's no remaining option but acceptance. It doesn't explicitly push for future action as strongly as our idiom. Let bygones be bygones specifically relates to past quarrels or disagreements, encouraging people to forgive and forget old conflicts. Our idiom, however, is broader, applying to any past misfortune or mistake, always with that added nudge to move forward and try again. Each has its perfect moment to be used. To recap, don't cry over spilt milk. Just try again is a timeless piece of advice. It means there's no benefit in dwelling on past mistakes or misfortunes that cannot be changed. Instead, we should accept the situation, learn from it, and direct our energy toward more productive, future-oriented actions. This simple wisdom, rooted in everyday experience, encourages resilience and a proactive mindset. So, next time something goes wrong, remember this idiom and shift your focus to what you can do next. It's a powerful tool for overcoming setbacks. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is don't ask too much. Curiosity killed the cat. It cautions that being too inquisitive can lead to trouble. Originating in the 16th century England, it was initially care killed the cat. Curiosity replaced care in the 19th century. Let's explore examples. You might say, I know you want to peek at the results, but don't ask too much. Curiosity killed the cat. This advises against probing sensitive information. Or, he kept digging into his boss's life despite warnings. Well, curiosity killed the cat. This shows how excessive prying causes undesirable consequences.
Similar expressions are, let sleeping dogs lie, and mind your own business. Let sleeping dogs lie warns against disturbing old issues. Mind your own business is a direct command. This idiom uniquely stresses the danger of excessive curiosity, implying deep inquiry can directly cause harm. To recap, don't ask too much. Curiosity killed the cat warns against excessive prying. While curiosity is positive, uncontrolled inquiry into sensitive areas can lead to negative outcomes. Use it to caution others against delving too deeply into matters best left alone, or to explain adverse results from over-curiosity. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, don't go cheap on shoes, they need to last. This phrase advises investing in quality for durable items, even if it costs more initially. It's based on the wisdom that cheap options often fail sooner, costing more in the long run. Prioritizing quality ensures reliability and better value. Let's see this idiom in action. For example, I know that camera is expensive, but don't go cheap on it. You need it for your professional photography. Quality is essential for crucial tools. Also, our company needs a reliable server. Don't go cheap on shoes. It needs to last for years without issues. The server, like good shoes, is a vital long-term investment for reliability.
Similar expressions echo this wisdom. Buy cheap, buy twice directly warns against false economies, implying low-cost items often need quick replacement, costing more. You get what you pay for broadly suggests quality aligns with price. While these reinforce value, don't go cheap on shoes. Specifically advises prioritizing quality for durable, long-lasting necessities. In summary, don't go cheap on shoes. They need to last is a powerful reminder to invest wisely in quality for essential, durable items. This timeless practical wisdom teaches that initial savings often lead to greater long-term costs and frustration. Remember, choosing quality ensures longevity and better overall value. Use this idiom to encourage thoughtful, value-driven purchases. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is stop arguing for argument's sake, it's pointless. This expression describes engaging in an argument simply for arguing, not to achieve resolution or discuss a genuine point. The term sake has Old English roots meaning cause or purpose, so it highlights the futility of debating purely for the act itself. Here are two examples. First, whenever Sarah and Mark discuss politics, they end up arguing for argument's sake. It is so frustrating. This shows a recurring, pointless debate. Second, the manager warned the team, stop arguing for argument's sake. We need solutions, not just debate. Both examples highlight the futility of debating without a constructive goal.
Similar expressions include to argue just to be contrary, implying opposition for its own sake, and a pointless debate, describing a discussion without constructive aim. Our idiom focuses on the act of arguing without genuine intent, while these highlight the arguer's attitude or the discussion's nature. In summary, stop arguing for argument's sake. It is pointless means to cease debating without a genuine purpose or desire for resolution. Rooted in sake, meaning purpose, it encourages productive communication. Use it to guide discussions from fruitless conflict to constructive outcomes. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, she looks quiet, but don't judge a book by its cover. This expression reminds us not to form an opinion about someone or something based solely on their outward appearance or initial impression. Just as a plain book cover might hide a brilliant story, a person's quiet demeanor can conceal a wealth of personality. The core phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, emerged in the early 20th century, likely popularized with the widespread availability of diverse books. It's a timeless reminder that true value often lies beneath the surface. Let's see how this idiom plays out in real life with some examples. For instance, you might say, my colleague seemed reserved at first, but she's incredibly creative and passionate. Truly, don't judge a book by its cover. Here, the idiom highlights how initial impressions can be misleading about a person's true nature. In another scenario, imagine visiting a new place. The old restaurant didn't look appealing from the outside, but their food was absolutely delicious. A perfect example of not judging a book by its cover. This shows us that the idiom applies not just to people, but also to places or things, urging us to look beyond superficial appearances to discover hidden quality.
Now, let's explore some similar expressions. Appearances can be deceiving is a broader phrase that emphasizes the unreliability of outward looks for judging anything, not just people. It's a general caution. Another useful phrase is, there's more to someone than meets the eye, which specifically applies to individuals, suggesting a deeper, hidden personality or talent. While don't judge a book by its cover can be used for both people and things, it particularly shines when discussing initial impressions of individuals. Choose the one that best fits the specific context you're trying to convey. To wrap up, she looks quiet, but don't judge a book by its cover is a wonderfully expressive idiom. It reminds us not to make hasty judgments based on superficial appearances, a wisdom that likely emerged alongside the rise of diverse literature. This idiom encourages us to delve deeper, whether it's understanding a person's character or assessing the true value of an object or experience. So next time you find yourself forming a quick judgment, remember this phrase and challenge yourself to look beneath the surface. I'll see you next time with another great expression.